Then just one more thing. Thick fingers. It takes just a little while, but what I wanted to show you. When we go to the Windows guy, you see all the files I just put in there. It's just funny to see. Because these files have certain Unix rights, I cannot touch them in the new Windows. I can try to delete them, but I'm not able to, because I don't have right access to those files from within Windows. I can create directories here and do things like that.
Does the Windows client do any authentication against the server?
No, that depends on how you configure your assembler, your SMB. If you can actually make it communicate with some LDAP or Active Directory or things like that, or create users which exist in Windows and also in Unix, and then put authentication on that. That's possible.
I had a question about the licensing, and is it available to satellite? Yeah. As a channel.
Yes. Of course, it's just RHEL 6.2 and below, which is supported in satellite, and also this is there is a certain channel in satellite which you can configure to update it and maintain it. But you should only use how do I say that? The most important updates, not everything, just the system updates. But that's marked out in the manuals and things like that. Okay, so far then this hands-on thing for now. We're almost getting to the beer.
Web DAF protocol.
Sorry?
The Web DAF protocol.
Yeah.
I read somewhere in the GlusterFS web somewhere. It was a default protocol, but is it now not NFS, SIS and Web DAF?
It's at the moment for Red Hat it is SIFS and NFS and Fuse, GlusterFS.
Okay.
So probably we'll get more later, but this has everything to do with this support thing and long-term support. So on the development side, on the community side, you will see more features and things like that. So at this moment, those are the only 3 supported protocols. I'll just have a look at the customers who are actually using at this moment. One customer you probably all know already is, for instance, Facebook. Also uses GlusterFS on the back end. Another one is Brightcov. Brightcov.com is a video hoster which hosts videos for a lot of companies, for Sony, for CNN, things like that. It has a lot of sites where it hosts videos for. So this one uses also GlusterFS. Well, just a few examples of use cases. This is a company in America, exists of several hospitals, and they are using Gluster because they had problems with capacity growth, multiple distributed users, departments, several locations, and this has been resolved with GlusterFS. And they're using native SIFs and Access, NFS and SIFs. The benefits for them were capacity on demand and just pay as you grow. So when you need to add storage, then you are expanding. You have a centralized management. You can, for instance, do it on every node, but you can manage the whole cluster at one place, which gives you higher reliability and decrease the OPEX which is the yearly cost. Then another use case, Pandora Internet Radio. Just compare that to Spotify, for instance. They serve a lot of audio files, and they have almost 12 file formats for each song they serve out. So that's a lot of data. A 6-node cluster, replication, and more than 2 petabyte total capacity. Well, the same benefits as the other one. This is the Bright Curve I told you about earlier. This site hosts videos for a lot of well-known sites on the internet. They use DAS storage and JBOSS, which reminds me to tell you, the product is at the moment mostly meant for commodity service with disks within. If you have the situation that you have for instance, service and you have a SAN storage, for instance an HP MSR or something like that, which is coupled by fiber, that would not be supported. Of course it works, but it's not supported in this use case. When you want it to be supported, then you have to add on virtualization. And if you use virtualization, then Red Hat storage works with the VMDKs, and then it's okay. But if there is a fiber network in between, Red Hat can control that, and because storage is important, they don't want to support that at this moment. So that's important to know. Well then, to finish it off, the GoTo here. It's software only, it runs on commodity hardware. It's a normal modern architecture. It's open source software, so you don't have a vendor lock-in. You are not stuck to just one vendor to use the solution. You can use several brands. You can use it on-premise, virtual, and make any combination with cloud. Scalable, flexible, and at the end, affordable. If you compare to other storage systems, which are in the neighborhood of this product, then you pay 1/3 of the cost of a normal storage system. And it gives you reduced risk because you can just use any hardware you like. So, questions and answers. I don't know if anyone has other questions yet.
How do you backup such large volumes, and especially how do you restore them?
That's a good question. There is no backup integration at this moment. Of course, you could backup it by using one of the access protocols, but there is no built-in backup solution at the moment. You have to do your backup external, and I think it would be preferable to use the Fuse client to do so. But on the other hand, if the cluster grows and grows and grows, you get enormous amounts of data, and I'm not sure if it would fit in the backup window all the time, and therefore you should add a replica and then have several copies. You always use 2 copies, but you should use more if possible for backup purposes, something like that. And you can also use the geo-replication for DR to have all your data on another side available, read-only for recovery reasons.
Is there some kind of roadmap for new features like snapshotting?
Yeah, there is a certain internal roadmap. I don't have it with me at this moment, but those features are to be developed. For instance, BitRot for archive solutions, that it checks the integration and the validity of the data on the background. File versioning and snapshotting is something we can expect in the future. But at this moment it isn't, unfortunately. But it will get in later. I don't have timetables for that at this moment, but it is on the way.
A snapshotting would be very valuable with some kind of backup upgrade.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know, because there are. I come from the backup world in the past, and I know there are certain backup solutions which use snap options and snap protect and things like that. So it will be in, but not at this stage, unfortunately. Okay.
Does it use the deduplication?
Not at this moment. It's also something which will be on the roadmap later. It's a hot thing. So it will be in later. I don't have timetables at this moment, but it's something which is actually on the roadmap. I've seen that. Yeah. Yes.
What does Red Hat advise for database?
This is no storage solution for database. So therefore you should use a Sun solution or a direct disk or something like that. So not a cluster solution. Gluster, sorry. Okay. Well, if there are
VMware is out of the question, or?
No, VMware is supported VMware, but you should use VMware version 5, VMware vSphere 5, which is supported by RHS. So and then you can install the image on that and use VMDK files wherever you get them, if that is on a Sun or something like that.
Not running VMware on cluster.
It will be, not at this moment, but it will be, because it will integrate with RHEV later, and then RHEV also has a connector GlusterFS in it already, so it will consolidate in the future. And also VMware will be supported, but not at this moment. Okay, well, thank you very much everybody for your time. I hope it added something, and let's go to the beer.